All right, so let's dive into property preservation.
Yeah.
Getting work done on a property,
Right.
it really should be simple, right?
Yeah.
But it's not always.
No, it's not.
And today we're looking at
Yeah.
a how-to guide by a property preservation company.
Okay.
And they really lay out
Interesting.
all the players involved.
Yeah.
It's surprising
It
how
really-
many people are actually involved.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really a tangled web.
Yeah.
And it can leave both contractors and clients feeling like they're not getting a fair deal.
Yeah, and it seems like the system is set up
Yeah.
in a way that almost encourages that.
Absolutely. The current system is,
Yeah.
it is really convoluted.
Yeah.
You often have multiple companies
Yeah.
acting as middlemen
Right.
between the client who needs the work done
Right.
and the contractor who's actually out there
Doing it.
doing it. Yeah.
Swinging a hammer or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And these middlemen, or order pushers, as the guide calls them.
Yeah, order pushers. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It sounds very nefarious.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like they're pushing people around,
Yeah.
but they're really just adding layers of cost and complexity
Right.
without actually contributing to the work itself.
Yeah, it's like a game of telephone almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where the message gets more garbled and more expensive.
and expensive.
Yeah, with each retelling.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
the guide even gives a concrete example.
Okay.
They talk about like a simple grass cut,
Okay.
$35
Right.
could actually end up costing the client $50 because of all these extra fees.
So the client's paying more, but is the contractor getting more?
That's the thing. The contractor's actually getting less.
Oh, so they're getting squeezed on both ends.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like, how can we make this process fairer
Yeah.
and more efficient?
More efficient, yeah.
And thankfully, this guide doesn't just complain about the problem.
Okay.
They actually propose some solutions,
Okay, I like that.
some pretty radical solutions.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, so
Basically.
one of the most interesting ideas
Yeah.
is price standardization.
Price standardization. Okay.
So imagine like a world where you know exactly what you'll pay
Okay.
for debris removal,
Right.
no matter which company you hire.
Okay.
So the guide suggests that
Yeah.
establishing set prices
Mhm.
for common services
Right.
could bring a lot more transparency
Right.
and fairness
Yeah.
to the industry.
That makes sense.
For example, they highlight
Yeah.
a statewide agreement for debris removal
Okay.
at $100
Right.
per cubic yard.
I see. So that would be the standard price.
That would be the standard,
Yeah.
no matter who you hire.
No matter who you hire.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, on the surface, that sounds good,
It does, yeah.
as a client.
But predictability.
Yeah, what I'm going to pay,
Right.
I know I'm not getting overcharged. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
wouldn't that stifle competition?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because if everyone has to charge the same price,
Right.
what's to
Exactly
stop
right.
them?
Yeah. What's their incentive to be better?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, why would they try to offer better services
All right.
or find ways to be more efficient?
Exactly. Yeah. You raise a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge the guide acknowledges.
Okay.
How do you make sure that
Yeah.
you have fair pricing,
Right.
but you're not discouraging innovation
Right.
or creating a system where companies are just cutting corners
Right.
to meet that bottom line price?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a tough balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like price standardization,
Yeah.
while appealing
On the surface.
on the surface,
Yeah.
might have some unintended consequences.
It might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't stop there.
Okay, good. Tell me more.
They have another bold idea
Okay.
that could completely change the game.
Okay, I'm listening. So their second idea is
Okay.
it's almost like creating a union.
A union
Yeah.
for property preservation companies.
Mm.
That's
It's an interesting analogy, right?
yeah, how would that even work
Right.
in this industry?
They propose a certification system
Okay.
with some pretty rigorous standards.
Okay.
Imagine something
Yeah.
like the Better Business Bureau,
Yeah,
but specifically for property preservation.
Okay.
So companies would have to really demonstrate
Okay.
their capabilities
Yeah.
and their commitment to quality
Right. So it's like a
to earn this certification.
seal of approval.
Yeah, like a seal of approval, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so for clients, that makes sense. You know, you can easily identify trustworthy companies.
Yeah,
Okay, but
Yeah.
wouldn't this just add another layer of bureaucracy?
that's a good question.
Like how would this actually streamline things?
Well, that's where the Aspen Grove number comes in.
Okay, yeah.
That unique identifier
Uh-huh.
that all property preservation companies use
Yeah.
they suggest that this number could actually become the backbone of the certification system.
I see.
So clients could search a database of certified companies using this number and instantly see their qualifications, their pricing, and connect with them directly.
So we're cutting out
the middleman.
The middleman.
Yeah.
That would certainly make things faster and more efficient.
Much more efficient.
Okay, so for contractors, what would this mean for them?
Well, it would give them a chance to really build direct relationships with those clients. Showcase their expertise. And most importantly, ensure that they're being paid fairly for their work.
That's huge.
Right. It's about empowering both sides of the equation. But of course, to implement a system like that, it would require, kind of a monumental shift in how the industry operates.
Getting buy-in from all these different players, national companies, individual contractors.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
People don't like change.
No.
Especially when it disrupts.
No. They like to stick with what they know.
The established way of doing things.
Exactly.
But let's say we could get everyone on board.
Hypothetically.
There's still potential pitfalls, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So, for example, how do you prevent price fixing?
That's a great question.
Within a standardized system.
Yeah. Even if you have set prices, what's to stop those companies from just, colluding and saying, okay, well, we're all going to charge this much, even if it's higher than it should be.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, that's definitely something to consider.
And then what about smaller companies?
Well,
would they even be able to compete
with
the bigger, more established firms?
Yeah.
In a certified system like this?
It's possible they could get squeezed out.
Yeah. Or would they have to band together?
Yeah, potentially.
To kind of gain that same level of,
influence.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of different factors to think about there.
Yeah, it seems like with the best intentions, there are still so many things to consider.
Absolutely.
So many complexities to navigate.
Yeah.
When you're trying to...
It's a thorny issue for sure.
Yeah. Reform this industry.
Yeah.
But, isn't that what we're really trying to get to here?
The heart of the matter.
Like, what is a system?
Yeah. That works for everyone.
Exactly. Clients, contractors, and the industry as a whole.
The industry as a whole.
Yeah. And what's so interesting about this guide is that it goes beyond, just complaining about the problems.
Right.
They actually are trying to envision a better future for this whole industry.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see that.
Right.
They're not just pointing fingers.
No, they're actually offering solutions.
Yeah. And
even if they're not perfect.
Here's what we could do. Yeah. Even if it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's still, it gets people thinking.
Absolutely. It sparks a really important conversation.
Exactly.
And that's where you, our listener, come in.
I like that.
Because the success of any of these changes really depends on the people who are actually in the industry.
That's a great point.
Right.
Yeah. So let's put you in the driver's seat for a minute.
Okay.
Imagine you are a property preservation contractor. Right.
Would you embrace these changes?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to
give up maybe a little bit of control?
Yeah. Potentially give up some control over pricing.
Yeah. In exchange for a more stable and transparent system.
Transparent.
Would the benefits outweigh the risks?
Yeah.
That's the question.
It's a question worth asking.
It is. It is. And there's no right or wrong answer.
No.
But it's something that a lot of people in the industry are probably going to be grappling with in the coming years.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about...
We're uncovering the mechanics.
The human element.
Of property preservation.
At its core.
Yeah, it's really...
The desire for fairness.
Yeah.
Efficiency. Yeah. A system that values the work.
And the worker.
And the workers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's complicated.
It's a complex issue, no easy answers.
Yeah.
But it's a conversation worth having.
It is. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
And until next time, keep exploring.